A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura. Are we traveling? Are we going somewhere?
We are going somewhere, and we're going somewhere that when you tell people where you're going, they're going to go, where?
Huh?
What? Is that a
Are we
place?
going to like a remote island?
Well, no, it's not a remote island.
Okay.
It's a country that a lot of people don't always visit when they go to Europe, and that's a mistake.
Ooh.
And in that country, this is not the most famous big city that people will go to.
I love doing that. I love going there, though.
So imagine you're in America and you tell people, hey, I'm going to Kaohsiung. And they might go, where is that? And, it's in Taiwan. Taipei. Well, it's not Taipei. It's, it's kind of like that.
True.
And it's in our title. Second largest city, Shine, Aarhus is calling you.
Calling.
There you go. So the second largest city, I think Kaohsiung is a good example of that, of course. Taipei is the biggest city. Kaohsiung is
I love
second.
Tainan, though.
Tokyo is huge. Osaka is not quite as big. But it's still a great place to go. So I guess, and for you, Sydney would be where everyone knows in Australia.
Brisbane.
But you might also want to check out Brisbane or Melbourne. Right? Melbourne's also a nice city, but maybe not quite as famous as some of the others. But here, we are talking about the wonderful European country of Denmark. So as our warm-up question, and this won't take long to answer, what do you know about Denmark?
Denmark. I know Lego comes from Denmark.
Wow, that's great. Okay.
Also, they have yummy pastries, Danish cookies, you know?
Yeah, that's more like an American thing.
And people there are super happy. It's one of the happiest countries in the world.
They often say that. Yes, absolutely. It's also the home of Soren Kierkegaard, a very famous philosopher. It's where Lars Ulrich, the drummer for Metallica, the heavy metal band, came from. Kevin Magnussen, a great F1 car driver, is also from there. And butter. They have really good butter. Danish butter is really good. And the good news is it's right attached to Germany. So if you're in Germany or Holland or anywhere in that area, you can easily find your way into Denmark. Oh, and great food.
They have nice food. Do they have nice beer?
Yeah,
maybe
they do.
Because they're so close to Germany. I'm just wondering.
They do. Danish beer is Carlsberg, I think, is a famous beer that is from Denmark. So there you go. A few things that we know about Denmark, and that is really not much. And that means it's a great place to go, discover, explore, and learn about. And that's what we're going to do in our article starting now.
Second largest cities shine. Aarhus is calling you. Warm-up question. What do you know about Denmark?
Where would you like to take a trip to next? Besides the capital city, a country's second largest city can also be a great choice. Aarhus, Denmark is one example. In 2024, the UK's Institute for Quality of Life named it the best city to live in.
All right, so we start the article with a question just to get us thinking, and this is the kind of thing that you will have to think about and decide on the next time you're planning a trip. Where would you like to take a trip to next? And of course, that's a big question. You have to choose what part of the world, first of all, what country to go to, and what city in that country to go to. But as the article says, besides the capital city, which is also often the biggest city, and also often the city that the airplane will fly to, right? So besides the capital city, a country's second largest city can also be a great choice.
I agree. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about capital city, which is 首都, and the capital city of Australia is
Canberra.
There you go. Not Sydney, not Melbourne.
No.
Okay.
The capital city of Canada is
Toronto, Vancouver.
No.
都不是
Wrong.
What is it?
Ottawa. See?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's halfway between Montreal and Toronto.
I was going to say Montreal.
No.
Okay, I'm so sorry. 我现在知道加拿大首都真的不是
It's
Toronto.
okay. A lot of people get that wrong. Like they also get Canberra
就像
wrong
澳洲
too.
对啊，他们都不知道 Canberra 才是首都。OK， 好，今天我们要聊到是第二城市旅行 Second City Trip。近年欧美是兴起第二城市的旅行风潮，这样子我们可以避开热门而拥挤的首都啊，进而选择第二城市。So yeah, recently people in Europe and America started visiting second cities instead of the busy capital cities. 那这样它一来呢，比较安静啊，悠闲，而且还依然充满文化跟在地魅力哦，可以带来更道地的旅游体验。I think second cities are quieter and more relaxing, but as we will see later today, they still have lots of culture and local fun. It's a great way to enjoy a real travel experience.
Exactly. And I think that's a really good point. As more people travel, a lot of people go to these famous cities, Rome, Paris, wherever, and they find it's just crowded. It's tourist mountain and tourist sea. And you don't really know. Tourist mountain, not just people. Tourists, and you don't really want to be in crowds all the time, right? Yeah, so Aarhus, Denmark is one example. And if we're saying the name wrong, we apologize to anyone from Denmark right now.
Sorry. Okay. Yes. In Chinese, though, it's 奥胡斯 Okay, Aarhus 的小档案，大家还知道吗？它是来自于我们刚刚一直在讲的 Denmark 丹麦哦。那它是继这个首都就是 Copenhagen 就是哥本哈根之后的第二大城市哦。So Aarhus is the second largest city in Denmark after Copenhagen, the capital. 那它的货币呢是 the currency is called Danish Kronen, OK， 就是克朗。克朗 ，OK。那它的官方语言 they speak, this is the official language they speak is Danish, 丹麦语。
Exactly right. And a person from there, you could say a Danish person, but they're also called Danes. D-A-N-E. He or she is a Dane. That's a person from Denmark.
What other second largest cities and countries would you want to go visit?
Ooh, well, Lyon in France is a place I would like to go. It's the second largest city. I know that. It's also the home of French cooking.
我也想去。
So if you want to try some
I'll try
wonderful
that.
food, go to Lyon and
Oui, bien
I don't know
sûr.
about Milan. Milan, I believe, is the second largest city in Italy. It's kind of a big business town, but you might want to go to Naples or Florence or somewhere like that. I think Florence is popular. Naples is somewhere tourists might not go. So those would be some good choices. What about, I guess, Busan, right? That would be the second largest city.
I want to go. How did you guess?
Yeah, that would be I know stuff.
그럼요.
That would be an interesting place to go. So yeah, don't always follow the crowd. You'll probably find a lot of good stuff to do in that slightly less famous, but also slightly less busy and probably slightly cheaper city to visit. Anyways, back in 2024, the UK's Institute for Quality of Life, that's a thing, named it the best city to live in. The best city, I guess, in the whole world to live in? That's a pretty cool thing.
Can I go and live there then?
I'm surprised they're letting us come and visit. They're like, no, stay away. It's terrible. We don't want you here.
We want it clean and safe. OK， 所以在2024年，英国的生活品质研究院将它评为最佳居住城市。So cool. Aarhus must be amazing. Yeah, did you know other cities like Copenhagen and Amsterdam are also famous for being great places to live? Yeah. I wonder what makes Aarhus special. Maybe all the parks and cozy cafes.
That would definitely
We don't
be part
know.
of it.
What city would be your dream city to live in?
Do I have all the money in the world?
Yeah.
Probably London.
Huh? 你好有钱 Okay, because
Yeah.
it's so expensive, right?
It's a very expensive city to
But
live
there
in.
must be a reason why. Like,
Well, it's in the middle of a lot of places. It's easy to get to Europe. It's easy to get to North
You
America.
like the people, the culture, and everything?
The theater, the music, the food,
I'm
the
going.
sports. There's just a lot of good stuff to do in
True.
London. Like London, New
I want to
York,
go to London. New York. I was going to say Tokyo, New
these
York.
These are some of the best
我也很
cities
想
in
去
the world for people, but all very,
Love it.
very expensive.
很贵，住不起。
Aarhus lies in the east of Denmark and is a port city. The Vikings built the city in the late 8th century. It was an important Viking business center. Today, Aarhus is full of history and modern life. It has many museums and art galleries. Also, it works hard to take care of the environment. You can easily find many parks and green spaces all over the city.
All right, back to our article. Let's find out a little bit about exactly where we're going. Aarhus lies in the east of Denmark. So if you're looking at a map, here's Denmark. It's in the east of Denmark on that side, like Ilan and Taidong, or in the east of Taiwan, right? So it's in the east of Denmark and is a port city. So it's on the water and it's a place where boats will come to bring things and take things from the country.
So good seafood, maybe.
I would
Okay.
imagine, yeah.
Okay, so my mom's from Ilan. Nice that you mentioned it.
Oh, yes.
Port 是什么呢? I want to mention this word. 它就是港口. So it's east of Denmark. 就是丹麦的东边.
That's right. Taiwan has two big ports, right? Geelong is in the east and Kaohsiung is more in the west or the southwest.
Yummy.
Now let's learn some history about Aarhus. It's been there a long time and some really cool guys built it. The Vikings built the city in the late 18th century when they weren't going around Europe killing people and stealing their money. They built a city, which is a nice place to bring back all the money you stole. And that was in the late 8th century. This is going back a long time. 700, this is the year 700 around that time. So around, 1,300 years ago. A very long time ago, yes. Tell us about the Vikings.
Yeah, they don't know. The Vikings, 就是维京人, were fierce sailors and warriors from Scandinavia.
Yes.
Which is Denmark, Norway, and Sweden.
Yes.
So 维京人是来自那个我们刚刚有提到，就是有丹麦啊、挪威和瑞典的勇敢水手和战士。They explored, traded, and even raided other countries during the Viking Age, which is about 8th to 11th century. 他们在维京时代大约是8到11世纪啊，有探险啊、贸易啊，甚至还会突袭其他国家哦。And they're also known for their cool ships and helmets. But fun fact, the helmets didn't actually have horns.
Yeah, no.
That's
That's something
just the
people made up
movies.
about 150 years ago in stories and opera. And the Vikings, of course, they also got all the way to Iceland, Greenland, and even Canada way before Christopher Columbus. Sure, yeah, Leif Erikson. The first European to settle in North America for a short time were the Vikings. So there you go. Very, very cool
所以他们
people.
头盔是没有角的哦。This is
Don't make them angry. All right, back to the Vikings. It was an important Viking business center. So not only were they traveling around and attacking people, they were trading a lot as well. And today, Aarhus is full of history and modern life. Don't have a lot of Vikings walking around with big swords and axes. So don't worry about that. It has many museums and art galleries. So that's something you can see now. Less pillaging and more culture, which is good.
Gallery 是什么呢？就是画廊，这是一个名词哦。所以Aarhus 是一座结合丰富文化和现代都市魅力的城市哦。那在2017年，它竟然被选为欧洲文化之都。Here's a fun fact. Aarhus was called the European Capital of Culture in 2017. That's right. 这不仅是对它在文化艺术上的成就认可，也展现它在推动欧洲文化交流的重要角色哦。And it got this cool title because it's amazing at art and culture. Plus, it helps different countries in Europe share their cultures with each other. I'm going.
Fantastic. Lots of good things for the locals and tourists to see and enjoy. Also, also, it, Aarhus, and I think the country of Denmark in general,
Right.
also it works hard to take care of the environment.
Wow.
They're very serious about their green policies, recycling, solar panels, electric cars, trucks and buses, all of that good stuff. They're doing it right.
No
Well
wonder
done.
they're happy.
Yeah.
They're the happy city. Okay, take care of 就是照顾. For example, I take care of my pet hamster by giving it food, water, and lots of cuddles.
You have a pet hamster?
I do.
Really?
Okay. And
Neat.
okay, another example sentence. During summer vacation, I help take care of my grandparents by watering their plants and cooking noodles.
Oh, that's very nice.
They love me doing that.
Sure they do. That sounds great. Does your hamster help?
No, it's
I'd
pretty
like to see
lazy.
your hamster cooking.
I'm just worried that it will die. Like, because it doesn't live that long.
Then your grandparents would be sad.
I know.
All right, back to our article. You can easily find many parks and green spaces all over the city. It would be a lovely place to go in the spring, the summer, early fall. It does get quite cold in the winter. So remember, if you're not a fan of ice and snow, maybe avoid Aarhus in the winter months, but go there in the summer. It would be great and green and fresh and clean and lovely.
That sounds so relaxing. I'd love to have picnics in those green spaces.
You can do that.
Okay, green here though, it's not the color green, it's 环保的 eco-friendly, like green energy or green living. But of course, it has other meanings like the color green. And don't forget, green with envy. I'd definitely be jealous of all those pretty parks in Aarhus.
Well, don't be jealous. You can go out and join them. But you can't bring your hamster. I think you should leave your hamster at home.
No, it's going to poo there.
Yeah, no. It would be a long flight for a little hamster.
好的，今天我们来看一下我们学到的单词有哪些。注意哦，今天我们学到的 name 是当做动词来用，有选择指定的意思。For example, I want to name our group the Pizza Detectives because we love solving mysteries and eating pizza. 我想把我们的团队命名为披萨侦探，因为我们爱破案。OK， 我们喜欢看那种柯南，而且又很爱吃披萨。单词例句是这么用的哦 ：The coach named Alex as the new basketball team captain this semester. 这个教练选了 Alex 作为这学期的新任篮球队的队长哦。再来我们看到是 lie 这个动词，注意它指的是坐落于或是位于什么地方，所以它的动词三态的变化是 lie, lay, lean, L-A-I-N. For example, the park lies next to the school. 公园位于学校旁边。单字例句提到是 Kending lies in the south of Taiwan. It's by the ocean and is a good place for surfing. 垦丁位在南台湾，它靠海，而且是一个冲浪的好地方哦。我爱垦丁。Modern 这个形容词就是现代的。For example, my house has a modern kitchen with shiny appliances. 而且我们还有就是搅碎机，那个厨余就不用出去倒了。我的房子有个现代化的厨房，里面有非常酷、很棒的、闪亮亮的家电。再来看一下单字例句 ：In modern times, people use their phones to use the internet. 在现代，人们都使用手机来上网哦。再来，最后我们看到是 environment， 就是环境，它是一个名词哦。Our class has the perfect environment for learning: snacks, comfy chairs, and lots of laughter. 我们班有完美的学习环境，因为我是老师嘛。OK， 有零食、舒适的椅子哦，还有满满的欢笑，大家都很喜欢听我的笑话。好的，单字例句提到是 Taking the bus is better for the environment than driving. 跟开车相比，搭公车对环境当然是比较友善啦。再来，我们就看到也是非常友善的 green 这个字哦，注意哦，它不是只有绿色的意思，它还有长满绿色植物的这样的意思，像是我们提到的绿能哦这样子。所以我们来看一下，如果当做这个长满了树木跟草，我们可以怎么用？The mountain is so green because it's covered with trees and grass. 这座山长满了树木和草，看起来很赞，很绿意盎然之类的。好，我们看一下 green。其实也是我最喜欢的颜色之一哦。I got a green balloon for my birthday because it's my favorite color. 好了，其实我也蛮喜欢黄色的。我生日时拿到一个绿色气球，因为这是我最喜欢的颜色。欢迎送我绿色的小小的那个三眼怪哦。Thank you very much. Let's now go to our review time.
Review time.
All right, we have just a little bit of time to do a quick review game of our new words for today. Remember those words? We had name, lie, modern, and environment. Are you ready to play a game of guess the word?
Okay.
So I'm going to describe the word like what you would see in a dictionary if you look up the word, and you have to tell me which word I am talking about. Where something or somewhere is located.
It lies there.
Where it lies, exactly. Where it's located, where it lies. It lies on the east coast, I think we said, right, of Denmark. To give a term of address to.
Is to name.
To name, yes. A term of address is a name, right? That's the name of it. That's what we call it. And that's to give the name to something. Remember, name can also be a noun, right? Like you have a dog. My dog's name is
what?
Spot.
Okay.
And I named
You
him
have a cat.
Spot because I'm just giving an example, because he's got a big mark on his fur. There you go. Well done.
Yay! 还喜欢今天的内容吗？记得按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛，你就不会错过任何精彩的内
We
容
didn't even
了。
talk about Lego.
Lego. Oh, are we going to talk about Lego
I don't know,
on day
but
2?
it's weird, and that's a whole other thing to enjoy
You can
in Denmark.
come back and we have a day 2 article.
Thinking so many
Lego.
good things to do in Denmark.
Lego.
So please do join us back here very soon. Until then, all the best. Take care of yourselves and your Lego, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm a Lego master.
Are you?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
我觉得我是啦。
Is that an official? Were you named?